words that come to mind is Zimbabwe. Where has this type of cricket been this entire series? Great to have you back on the channel. Welcome back to We Talk Cricket. Let's get into it. Zimbabwe trounce Bangladesh in the final T20 of the series to avoid a series whitewash. Hence why my question in the beginning. You'll know why when I give you the analytics. Let's get into it. Bangladesh batted first. Probably the first time in the series actually. Maybe that's why. Bangladesh batted first. 157 for 6. Leading the way for Bangladesh, you had Mahmudullah, who made 54 from 44 balls with 6 fours and 1 6. And he had support from Captain Najimal Shanto with 36 from 28 balls with 5 fours and 1 6. Bowling for Zimbabwe, you had Blessing Muzarabani with 2 for 22 from his 4 overs, which included a maiden, and Brian Bennett, who had 2 for 20 from his 3 overs, which also included a maiden. And I'm like thinking like, okay, what am I missing? The bowling wasn't bad. Restricted to under 200, restricted to under 160. What's going on? I say, all right, you know what? The tale's gonna tell with the batting. Well, the batting surprised me too. Zimbabwe in their turn at the crease, 158 for 2, winning in the 19th over. Leading the charge for Zimbabwe, you had Captain Sakanda Raza with 72 not out off of 46 balls with 6 fours and 4 sixes. He had support from Brian Bennett, who made 70 off of 49 balls with 5 fours and 5 sixes. Zimbabwe winning comfortably by 8 wickets. You're trying to tell me that this series could have been way more exciting, yet we had to wait until the last T20 for you to show us your true colors, Zimbabwe? Am I missing something? Because clearly, I think I'm missing something, because where was this fight? Where was this? And I don't know, here's the thing. People are like, hey, it's the last T20. Bangladesh has already won the series. They probably played a different lineup. You know what? Bangladesh teams look almost the same with the exception of Mahmudullah. For me, they look almost identical. They look like they played the same side. You know, they rested Taskin, but a couple of their prime bowlers. But still, I'm like, where was this Zimbabwean team who bowled well and then batted well? Chased down 157 in 18 overs. Okay, Zimbabwe, all I gotta say, you gotta get your act together, man. This is probably why you're not in this T20 World Cup starting here next month. Because when you're supposed to show up, you're not showing up. And Bangladesh have been showing up this entire series. And yeah, they won the series 4-1. But they played like everything depended on it. This wasn't a warm-up tournament for them. This is cricket. This is competitive, man. They came to play. They came to play, man. Zimbabwe, you gotta come to play every time, man. Little disappointing in the series to me by Zimbabwe. Glad that you won the final one, but I definitely think if you got this much batting power and this much bowling power, you can at least put a better effort when you're playing these games, man. A little sad. On the side with Bangladesh, way to win the series, but this game went to Zimbabwe. Hats off to Zimbabwe. Bangladesh ended up winning the series 4-1. And I gotta say, their preparation for this T20 World Cup is looking really, really good, man. Look, that's just the way I saw the game, man. That's just the way I saw it from my perspective. A lot of questions to be answered for me. For Bangladesh, I think they're doing things the right way, and I think this is exactly the type of preparation that they need as they go forth for the tournament, because it's gonna help them identify their strengths and their weaknesses, what they need to work on, and you know what they can just improve and keep pushing forward. Maybe go a long way in the tournament. You just never know. That's the splendid nature of any sport, but you know. But for cricket, it's, you know, anybody, and I have to, even the underdogs can pull off an upset. We saw this in the last T20 World Cup, but hats off to Zimbabwe for avoiding the series whitewash. Look, you know where to come to get the best fans' perspective. And even though sometimes we are just as puzzled as you, the viewers, as to why things happen the way they do, we appreciate you always coming back. Hey, and until next time, my peeps, later.